joining. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Emmett Gibney. I'm the CEO at Rewardful. And we've got a great guest today here who's going to talk to us about the state of affiliate marketing today and how AI is totally changing the game. Ryan, thanks so much for coming to join us today. Really excited about this one.
Hey, thanks for having me. Give me a microphone and let me talk about affiliate marketing. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm all up for it. A few housekeeping items before we kind of dig into everything. We're on for an hour today, so we're going to be wrapping up about an hour from now. And what I'm going to quickly do now is I'm going to share a little poll with everybody. And if you wouldn't mind answering it over the course of the session today, that would be awesome. And let me just start this and I'll share this with the audience. All right, so how are you using AI and LLMs in your affiliate program or affiliate marketing, I guess, if you're doing that? Yeah, so are you not using AI, partner discovery, content creation, affiliate onboarding, performance analysis and forecasting, and fraud detection and attribution? So hopefully you can all see that.
To see. I love this.
Give us your results or your thoughts over the course of the session. Other thing is we've got a chat. You'll see it. Hopefully you can see it and go in there. Let us know where you're from. That's always cool to see where people are logging in from. And if you've got any questions, you can add them there. And then at the end of this session, we're going to try and keep about 15 minutes or so for Q&A. So looking forward to that for sure. Okay, so I think we've covered all the housekeeping items. Let's get into the meat of the conversation here. Maybe first off, what are you seeing that's kind of like the shift in the last few years as AI has started to get into the mix? What are some of the trends you're seeing, and what are some of the stuff that stopped working, or some of the stuff that is starting to like really work that you're seeing out there?
Yeah, there's a couple buckets here. I think the interesting place to start is what's not working that for a very long time did. And I think like geared more towards our affiliates portion of this, conversation here, the stuff that's no longer working as an affiliate marketer, as someone who's trying to like build a business, earn revenue, maybe it's a slice of what you do, driving affiliate commissions for tools, products, services that you recommend. Really, like we saw AI kind of totally wipe out the industry of listicle based content that would just be designed to, rank at the top of Google search results and then funnel people to, number one, number two, number three on this list. And then you drive affiliate commissions from it. I think 5 years ago, like I had a business with my blog that was earning 50, 60K a month, primarily from like having content that ranked at the top of Google. And then I was just funneling people to the tools, the products, the services that I used, loved, and recommended for different aspects of my business. And so that as like a playbook is now, I wouldn't say completely gone, but if you're trying to rely totally on that as a business model, you're going to have the most difficult time ever. There's room for a handful of people in each niche probably to kind of rule all those SERPs and collect the traffic from ChatGPT on these kinds of queries too, because now it's so competitive, and the way that people search and the way that people ask questions with these AI platforms has just changed so much that this type of business models, like, I don't know if it's done, but it's for sure on its way out.
Yeah. So do you think as a result, like this has always been kind of the case in that I think affiliate was kind of split into two categories. There's two that come to mind. One is kind of like your, what I would call like SEO arbitrage specialists, where they're just good at SEO and they're finding an opportunity to like they're better at ranking for certain terms than the brands were, kind of thing, right? And then the other was very kind of personality driven affiliates that were building an audience and an email list and content sites. And so do you think, has it really shifted then in favor of personality driven affiliates over the arbitrage game?
Yeah, we've seen basically the affiliates that are doing well, still building substantial businesses and, diversifying what they're doing. That's like the real key here is no matter what you're doing, if you touch affiliate somehow, some way, you got to be diversifying what you're doing. But the personality driven stuff is what is doing well because
Yeah.
people want to learn. They want to be educated and entertained by people that they like. And so if you can cultivate an audience of people who want to tune into the things that you're doing and the way that you're teaching, the way that you're entertaining them, then you do have this lasting foundation that you can do a lot of other things with beyond just affiliate marketing. By the way, you can make your
Yeah.
own products, your own services. You can figure out how to partner with developers and build software. Like the sky's the limit if you can just build an audience around your content online. And, the way that people did that for so long, Internet 1.0, 2.0 was blogs. And then, email newsletters were a really big thing too. And these things all still have like their value in the marketing mix today. But video is very much obviously what everyone is craving. If you look at your
Yeah.
own consumption habits, I mean, you're here right now with us watching a webinar, right? Like this is video. This is so much more interesting. And
Yeah.
having live events, making video content that educates and entertains at the same time, that's the new like holy grail thing that, it's not easy for everyone to immediately master this, but it's a skill worth investing in because it's gonna continue to be more and more important as we move forward.
Yeah. And I think like with difficulty comes value. Like if you can do something that's difficult, that's going to drive value for the brands that you might want to work with, or the brands that you might want to build yourself. Yeah, it's harder and probably skews towards a different type of personality to have more of a personality driven content company as
Yeah.
opposed to the SEO arbitrage. But if that works for you, then yeah, you can really build a pretty awesome business. And there's a lot of talk in Silicon Valley, even around like the creator or influencer as being like the CMO for new SaaS companies. Like everyone's been talking about Cluely and this guy at Cluely who's just been driving a lot of attention and awareness through just sheer force of personality. And I think that's going to be a big thing going into the future, for sure.
Yeah. I would even say like that's effectively what I've done with my own businesses too, with Right Blogger, like our AI tools platform for bloggers,
Yeah.
content creators. I've driven almost all of that growth, especially the first year of it, largely from my own audience and publishing tons and tons of content, both on my blog and then also on YouTube, on my socials, on LinkedIn. I think as far as like social networks these days that are really good, especially if we're talking like B2B kind of industry stuff. Like LinkedIn is giving an outsized return to people who are willing to publish videos on LinkedIn. So I highly recommend to anyone who wants to like make a splash in the B2B space, even if you're just, promoting products as an affiliate or if you want to reach affiliates, like this is where a lot of B2B people spend their time. And, I've seen videos that get 1,000 views on my YouTube channel as far as shorts go. I've seen those get like 450,000 views on LinkedIn because LinkedIn is like really trying to do some platform rewarding right now
Sure.
around vertical videos, especially. So if you
Yeah.
make some
Interesting.
short form videos, it doesn't have to be like this crazy, amazingly planned out production thing. Like it can just be you at your desk or you in the car and sharing your thoughts and offering up value.
Yeah. How are you seeing the SaaS ecosystem evolution when it comes to partnerships and referrals?
I mean, to me, I get outreach still because I've done a really good job of retaining like relevance as a creator, as an affiliate by publishing a lot of video content. But what I'll say is that I get way more interest now in people who want to basically sponsor me to do videos. Whereas
Right.
rewind the clock 5 years ago, it was people wanted to sponsor blog posts. They they would be interested in videos, but that wasn't the thing leading the conversation. And so now when I partner with SaaS companies, like the most important thing to them is videos. And then they're like, oh, okay, yeah, you'll throw in a blog post. Okay, great, sounds good. But that's not
Yeah.
the thing that the companies are most interested in. And so I think specifically in the software niche, if you can just do a really good job of teaching an audience how to accomplish certain tasks, milestones, how to do things related to the niche that you're educating in,
Yeah.
then the people that make the tools, the products, the services in that space are going to eventually start reaching out to you. But if you just start pushing out, a video a week, like don't be crazy about it, like start small. But if you
Yeah.
can start making a video a week as like a goal for yourself, after a few months, you've got, 10 plus videos on your channels and on your socials, and you'll start to get noticed. And you can also start reaching out to some of these companies and establish partnerships with them.
When you get reached out to by brands and they want to work with you, what are you seeing now is sort of the evolution of what the contract or partnership would look like in terms of upfront versus CPM versus affiliate commissions on the back end? What's sort of that distribution looking like nowadays?
Most businesses that I come into contact with are still way more interested in like the affiliate relationship, the
Of
pay
course.
for performance, basically. The like, let's see how this person does. I think the first, say, live event I do with a brand, if it's a webinar, if it's something like that, or the first piece of sponsored content I do, like that one is very much based on gauging, okay, how much action can this person drive for us? And then once you've kind of like proven yourself, let's say, or you drive meaningful results based on what their goals are, then the doors are kind of open to a lot more opportunities where you can say, hey, like, let's do a regular thing. Once a quarter, we do an event for this fixed dollar amount plus commission or something like that. That's a pretty common like playbook, I would say. And it's
Yeah.
it's smart for brands too. I think brands like when they have a fixed marketing budget they can allocate towards working with affiliates, like figure out, like do micro tests. Don't just like blow all your budget trying to go for the Tim Ferrisses of the world or the people who are, number one in your niche who reach millions of
Yeah.
people. I think spreading out that marketing budget with people who are like micro influencers or people who reach, 10, 50,000 people a month, you'll find that often those people have way more engaged, smaller audiences.
It's certainly the advice I've heard a few different times. This is kind of digging into sort of the UGC and creator world, but is that the algorithms are quite good at surfacing good content. And so if you reach out, if you're just looking for like one or two people that have big audiences, you've got a very small sample set of sort of opportunity for something to hit. Whereas if you go and engage with a lot of smaller influencers, smaller affiliates that have these small but hyper engaged audiences, the number of followers someone has isn't as strongly correlated to the success of a video as it might have been in the past. Now it's more about like the quality of the content that gets created. So if you spread that budget across 10 or 20 or 50 smaller partners instead of like a couple big ones, you're kind of a bit of a portfolio strategy of spreading your bets across a broader sort of group.
Yeah, I would highly recommend that. And that's kind of what we do too with our like with Right Blogger with our affiliate program. We don't do a ton of like dedicated sponsorship type stuff. We kind of see like, all right, who organically joins our program? I reach out and invite people occasionally that I just stumble across their content and I'm like, "Oh my god, this person is great at what they do. They haven't blown up yet. We got to get in front of their, in front of their minds." But we often figure out just sort of organically, all right, which affiliates are driving the most conversions? Like, wow, this person only sent 100 people through their affiliate link last month. And thanks to Rewardful, we have really good analytics on this stuff. But we can see this person sent 100 people a month, but 9 of them converted. That's like twice the conversion rate we normally see on affiliates. And so I'll use that as a clue to figure out, like, okay, what's this person doing? They're cooking with gas over here. And so I'll often go down the rabbit hole, figure out, oh, they're good at making videos, or oh, they have a really engaged, email newsletter list, and maybe we should sponsor that newsletter list because it's already turning out well for us. So
Yeah.
I think paying attention to what your analytics are showing and seeing if you have an affiliate program already, the people that are driving higher conversion rates than your average affiliate, those are the
Right.
ones to kind of like earmark and flag as potential people to sponsor, or like, do live events with, figure out what else you can do.
Gotcha. All right, let's dig into AI and LLMs now. So as we mentioned before, it's totally changing things. It's kind of the ground is shifted beneath a lot of affiliates' feet for sure in terms of the erosion of the value of SEO oriented affiliates. Um, but it's certainly opened up new opportunities and tooling to try and help people that are building their affiliate programs. What are some of the things you're seeing out there in terms of like better tooling for building programs, recruiting affiliates, all that kind of stuff? What sort of tools are you using?
I'm not personally a huge fan of like doing the automated affiliate outreach side of things. And so to me, I've always been a way more like quality over quantity on my outreach. But like I think there's some useful stuff going on as far as like tools that I use in my tech stack to identify the right people. And
Sure.
I really like tools like something like a Clay. Like clay.com
Gotcha.
is data enrichment. It kind of like helps me verify that people who are coming to my website are within this like target market, and you get some like
Gotcha.
really cool data points about who's hitting your website, how frequently, and maybe I'll want to flag that company or that person to reach out to as maybe a potential partner. But to me, I really like doing the super manual high touch process of onboarding affiliates. That's more so, I'd say, a function of just where my business is at right now. Like we're two people, we're bootstrapped, like we don't
Yeah.
have a huge team to where we are automating and scaling affiliate outreach at that point. But I love Hunter.io. Like they're really great for finding email addresses, verifying that I've got the right contact info for someone. And then because I'm sort of like, I fit the kind of like creator founder type, I can often reach out to people just personally with a quick email and capture someone's attention if the offer is right and the timing's right and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
My advice generally when I speak to people is there is something very appealing about like automation and being able to take away the grind work, particularly when it comes to recruitment of affiliates. But I think generally speaking, the best affiliates are going to be ones where you actually did a bit of the grind and identified people that have really strong audience fit with the product that you're selling. And then there's just like, I think people have a pretty good sniff detector for like authenticity,
Yeah.
and it's hard to scale authenticity, I think.
I'm
Um,
curious what you guys do. You guys do anything on this like more kind of automated outreach front that I can learn from?
um, Not really. Like, um, we do some cold email, not much in terms of like affiliate recruitment, nothing like in terms of like large scale. Um, in terms of some sales, like we do some kind of cold outreach, but even then, it's like I think most of the value in kind of any kind of cold outreach you do is in the list building, like in the research you do to identify like prospects are a good fit. And I think it's the same thing for affiliate recruitment, like the research and homework you do up front. And I think there are AI tools that are going to be helpful for like cleaning data and identifying who are ideal prospects and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a limit to sort of what you can do with scaling, I think, on the recruitment side for sure.
Even something super simple I've done, like this is crazy simple, but it does use ChatGPT. I've just like every once in a while, I export my list of LinkedIn contacts. Like I've got, I don't know,
Interesting.
21,000 people or so on there. And so
Yep.
I don't really know who I'm connected to. It's that large now. And
Yeah.
I'll export that and I'll just re-upload it as a CSV file to ChatGPT. And I've kind of like an
Oh, wow.
ongoing thread for this to like basically, hey, update me. Are there any more qualified potential affiliate partners
Interesting.
around AI and software in here? And
Yeah.
so I don't think it's perfect. Like I'm sure people slip through the cracks all the time, but
Yep.
the like handling this like large chunks of data stuff and giving you some interesting insights or possible experiments to run, people to reach out to is pretty useful, I think.
Yeah. Um, so as I understand it, you do have a number of really interesting AI powered tools that you've created. Do you want to take us through some of the stuff
Yeah.
that you've built?
For sure. Let's do a little show and tell here.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
going to
do it.
share my screen here so everyone can see what we're looking at here. Um, I've got this guy up. Okay. Add to stream. There we go. Cool. So this is on my blog here. This is my collection of free AI tools designed for bloggers. And every single tool that I've got here, over 50 of them on just ryrob.com/tools. If you want to check them out, kind of poke around, see for yourself like how this playbook works. Every single one of these tools is directly related to a more powerful tool that we have inside of WriteBlogger, my AI tools platform. So all of these tools effectively serve as individual, lead magnets, let's call them, for my real SaaS business. And if we just kind of like click on one of these examples here, this one gets a lot of traffic. It usually ranks in the top few positions for like AI article writer, free AI article writer, like these really high volume terms. And as you can see, we've got these kind of, powered by WriteBlogger. We've got the call to action to try WriteBlogger for free. We've got a lot of things peppered in throughout these individual tool pages that, these effectively serve as, top of funnel affiliate pages because people will come here, they'll use the tool once, how to start a blog, let's just say, and they'll get an output here when they generate the article, and they can make, I think we've got some cookie stuff in the browser going on here to where you can make like 2 a day or something like that. And then when you hit your second one, you get a little pop-up that says, hey, want unlimited? Go try WriteBlogger. And so we've got a lot of affiliates for WriteBlogger that are making embeddable tools like this, and then promoting WriteBlogger on the back end of their audience using tools that are really just kind of designed for their own particular niche.
Yeah. What's interesting about this is one of the things that I emphasize to people when I'm doing kind of coaching calls and things like that is the importance of giving your affiliates ammunition to be able to
Yeah.
promote your business. And I think this is a really example of this. Like whether it's AI or otherwise, free tools is just like a great piece of ammunition to be able to give your affiliates. And
Yeah.
so let's say I had a SaaS business that was, I don't know, a CRM or something like that, kind of stock standard. To give something more to your affiliates than just the fact that you sell your CRM, it could be templates. Here's some email templates, or here's a guide on how to use the tool, or a guide on how to run a sales process, or whatever stuff that would be of educational value or otherwise. I think is super value, and free tools are kind of like the next level of that. Obviously,
Yeah.
for a lot of teams that are running affiliate programs, one of the constraints for them is dev resources to be able to do their own integrations, let alone build tools. But it doesn't need to be a tool that required kind of complex programming. It could be
Yeah.
something as easy as like a Google Sheet template or a doc template or whatever the case might be.
And this is like in my experience, this is also so much more interesting. Like a free tool is an interactive
Yeah.
thing that my audience gets a real actual output from. And, we could argue till the cows come home about how good it is, quality. Like there's a lot of things that kind of waterfall down that you want to optimize for so that people are having a good experience and then they want to click through and hit that affiliate link and get the product or service that you're related to this free thing. But it's a really useful workflow. And Emma, do you mind if I show real quick like how we let
Please.
our affiliates build these tools?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so in Right Blogger, we have this feature called Tool Studio, where anyone who's a Right Blogger Pro subscriber, which is basically just one of our paid plans, they can make their own free tools. And these are embeddable tools that you can embed on pages of your website. You can embed them in multiple blog posts if you want for topics related to the tool. And so this is kind of what an individual tool looks like. There's a lot of like customization options, but I'll show you just real quick here what one of these tools looks like when you embed it on a page, and then kind of just like the quick example of how this process applies to other industries too. So I have a hiking blog called Hike with Ryan. And I don't get to publish there often enough because I'm not finding myself out in nature enough these days. But I just wanted to show you guys an example. This is a Google search for Yosemite Hike Planner. And this is kind of an SEO play that could be replicated across every US national park and, globally for that matter too. But I rank typically number one. This isn't an incognito search, so the results may vary here a little bit. But I'm typically right in the first few results for Yosemite Hike Planner. So anyone who's trying to plan their hike out in Yosemite, they're gonna probably see my result up here. I'm above the NPS site, which is kind of crazy, at least on my search. But when you click through here, it says free tool in parentheses. You click through, you land on this page of my blog, and then right near the top, we've got this free interactive tool that allows people to hit a bunch of different inputs. I've got 4 hours. I'm an intermediate hiker. I'm with 2 people total. We want to avoid crowds. And we want to see the best views. And so people can hit this tool, generate a quick agenda for what their hike should be like when they visit Yosemite, and then they get some immediate value from this tool. And I've got a Right Blogger call to action here. Like, do you like this free tool? Make one just like it. And this is coded with my affiliate link for Right Blogger. So we do a lot of stuff around like empowering our customers to essentially promote our tools through making their own free tools. It's a little bit meta,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of fun use cases to it.
It kind of reminds me of kind of like the early days of the Web 2.0 era, where everybody had these like embeddable widgets. Like the simplest example would be like the dig button or the Facebook like button or these types of things. Now, this is obviously taking it to another level, but you had all these businesses trying to figure out like how can they permeate the web beyond just what's happening on their own site. And I think this is a really interesting example where it's like you've created this tool that people can then embed on their site that's funneling people back to
Yeah.
your site, and it's tracking through an affiliate link, so you can do attribution.
Yeah. We see
And
a
I think
lot of affiliates have a lot of our affiliates have a lot of success with this strategy because like in our tool studio thing, there's, you can create up to 50 tools, I think, on our pro account or something like that. And
yeah,
so you can replicate this across like really long tail niche topics where maybe there's only, 50 people, 100 people a month searching for this or that particular topic, but you can make 50 different tools that approach all of these different little nuanced angles where probably no one was even servicing those needs yet with some sort of free interactive tool. And so you can find these like really low competition, but medium to high purchase intent types of topics out there.
yeah. Super interesting. What do you think is going to happen moving forward? Like, so we've already seen that ChatGPT in particular and other tools have really shifted the ground beneath the feet of affiliates, more on the affiliate side. But obviously, that's an impact on the businesses that are running affiliate programs as well, in terms of where you're going to go and find affiliates. How do you think this is going to evolve as, AI becomes more of a, shouldn't say threat, but like a factor? And, how do you think both affiliates and businesses running affiliate programs are going to need to adapt to the upcoming changes?
Man, one of the biggest things that jumps out to me is that, you mentioned it earlier actually. I mean, you said something like people today have maybe a better radar for authenticity than ever before. And so I think there's just fewer opportunities to pull off the shadier tactics. Like affiliate marketing
Sure.
was pretty gray area territory as an industry overall for a very
Yeah.
long time, I would say. Lots of schemy stuff going on. One of my most successful, affiliate posts was on how to start a blog. Like I ranked number one on Google for how to start a blog for several years, and that generated crazy amounts of revenue for me. But eventually, I saw that some really shady sites were starting to rank up there. And, there's just so much stuff going on in this industry that I think will continue to be flushed out. Like that's a positive side effect, I would say, is that
Yeah.
there's more authenticity in this industry overall now. And if you run an affiliate program, if you have a software company yourself and you want to grow with affiliates, it's becoming more easy to identify the people who are real at this. And
Yeah.
real affiliates are the ones who are making videos, or maybe they have a podcast, they have a regular show, like they're doing live events, they're actually showing up in their space, they're thought leaders, they're speaking, they're doing things along these lines. Whereas rewind 5-10 years ago, it was way easier to just kind of hide behind the screen and perhaps engage in shady stuff if you really knew what you were doing, and juice your results. So I continue to see, I'm pretty sure with how much more complex and advanced AI is going to get over the coming years, I think we'll just keep flushing out more and more of the low quality stuff that's going on. Even though, sounds kind of contradictory because it's so easy to just push a button and generate some AI slop written content. I think that when there's a flood of BS content hitting the social feeds, hitting blogs, websites, whatever, then quality much more clearly rises to the top. And I think it'll be kind of messy getting to the point where
Yeah.
only quality is surfaced consistently on all these discovery channels. But I think we'll see that if you invest in quality content yourself as an affiliate, or partner only with people making high quality content, you will eventually win as a result of that.
It does remind me right now of, I'm trying to remember the year that this would have been the case. I feel like it was like the late 2000s, like 08, 09. Um, was it Demand Media? I can't remember the name of the company, but there was a few companies like this that were basically just like content farms, and they
Yeah.
were just churning out content for, high value and long tail keywords. And it was just literally just like churning out content. And it was the AI slop of its time. It was just content. Sorry, text content. It was optimizing for Google search primarily, as opposed to TikTok and other platforms. And so I think like all this content generation, this AI sort of video and audio slop that's getting created, it's kind of like the 2025 version
Yeah.
of that. And I see a lot of different companies now that are creating like AI influencer videos. We can create like an influencer out of nowhere and just like mass produce at volume and try and take advantage of TikTok algorithm to kind of achieve some sort of scale. But I think that does bring up an opportunity for people who are actual like genuine content creators. And I think there is a way that you can use AI, but with your own sort of authenticity and whatnot behind that, whether that's for B-roll or sort of augmentation of existing content. So I think there's some cool things that go, but yeah, there's definitely going to be like a period where it's like, yeah, like these content farms of the aughts
we're
where, yeah,
we're in that messy period right now, I'd say, of
yeah,
like these AI, AI influencers, let's call it, AI generated videos. I mean, I would just I consistently come back to this point. Look at your own consumption habits. If you land on AI generated videos, do you like watching it? How long do you watch it? Do you take action after watching these AI generated videos? And maybe
yeah,
for the really, really, really good ones, the top 0.1% of stuff where someone invested a lot of time, energy, effort into making those videos very good,
yeah,
maybe you do like that stuff. But like, I mean, dude, 99%
yeah.
plus of
No
the
one is
slop out there.
one-shotting no one is one-shotting a high quality video from like one prompt. You know what I mean? It's
No
like,
way.
if they make anything good with AI, it's like they're probably just using it to do things they couldn't previously do, as opposed to like a pure like content farm type approach.
Yeah. And I think you'll see like we're in this like very kind of hacky stage with AI too, to where like you will see examples and case studies of people who, make a big splash, they get a ton of attention or press and or they go viral with a couple videos and it sure does drive some sort of meaningful business result for them. But like that's a shot in the dark type thing. It's going to be super rare that someone makes these AI full. Oop, there, my mic was muted. Sorry.
No
Um,
worries.
these, I think it's going to be very rare that anyone who's making these fully AI generated pieces of content will actually see some sort of long term
Yeah.
sustained positive results. Like, it's not a strategy, it's more of a like shot in the dark hack that may sometimes work. But I mean, that's not, I think, where people are going to build real
Yeah.
businesses. It's in using these tools, as you said, Emmett, like use these tools to help you with B-roll, to help with scripting, to
Yeah.
help you make your content creation process better. And I think editing tools is where we'll see a lot of like really positive developments. There's a tool that I use often called Submagic that takes any
Okay.
of my longer form videos and automatically generates some really good, pretty good short form clips from it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it like we've experimented a little bit with tools like HeyGen. Um, you know, we're still figuring it out in terms of right now it's more the humor of the ridiculousness of some of these AI generated videos. It was like, me with dogs on a beach and surfing, and I've never surfed before. So it's humorous, but trying to figure out like how to make it something that actually looks authentic and it's not purely for sort of the humorous value. There's other tools like Runway ML that you can create some pretty cool, video type content. And then professional, like we've used different tools for professional voiceover using AI generated voices. Tools like 11 Labs and others are like pretty good for that. If you don't have anybody on your team that can do like a nice gravitas voiceover, but you still
But
need
if
to
you
have
look
that
at the
creativity behind
people
it.
if you look at the people who are making the most money in this space, it's the people selling the shovels, the picks, the axes.
Yes.
It's the people making the tools themselves. It's not the customers who are using them to,
Yeah.
magically grow their business with one-click AI videos. Like that's an illusion that a lot of people are being sold, unfortunately.
Yeah. We're probably a few minutes here, just a couple minutes away from getting into the Q&A. Just taking a look here, just maybe call to action for people. We've got a couple questions in the Q&A. We'd love to get some more. If anybody has got some questions for Ryan or myself, um, just populate that in there. Before we go over to the Q&A, maybe just kind of some closing thoughts. What are some stuff that excite you or worry you in terms of what might be coming next and shifts within, whether it's operating as an affiliate or a manager of an affiliate program, whether it's AI or otherwise, just shifts in the market you're seeing?
I'm a perpetual optimist, so I'm going to go with the excited side. I really, really like how tools, AI tools in particular, are helping me. Like, I'm in this dual role as someone who runs an affiliate program for my own SaaS company, and I'm also an affiliate of like dozens of other tools and products out there. So I really love how much AI tools are helping me do what I'm really good at faster and more effectively. And so, like, the systems piece of helping feed me like video scripts, giving me ideas, like do like YouTube keyword research, figure out the niche topics that I should be creating a video about every week, and like feed me the actual like good stuff I can be making. That's where I'm most excited, like where these tools are going. And I think there's worlds of this that I'm totally oblivious to as well. But I think on the like the video editing side of things, that's probably where I'm most excited. Like
Yeah.
seeing tools. We use this tool called Gling.ai that
Ling.
automatically kind of removes, bad takes and like dead space and stuff from
Interesting.
these videos that I make. And so like it really helps speed up our time to publishing more content. I reach a lot of bloggers, a lot of content creators and marketers who want to fuss over the perfection details of like all of the things they publish online. But ultimately, what matters most is like how quickly you get to publishing more good enough content. And then, you look at the top 1% of creators in each niche topic, whatever, they've been doing what they're doing for the most part for like years, if not decades. And
Yeah.
so you don't get amazing at your craft until you just put in a ridiculous amount of reps. And that, like, putting in the reps thing is usually what holds people back from ever becoming amazing at whatever it is their craft needs to be for their industry.
Yeah. Cool.
AI helps
Um,
make it better.
yeah, definitely. Well, I'm going to stop the poll here and just take a look and see where we're at. 50% of people
Cool,
said
cool.
they're not using AI yet. Shame. 21% content and promo. I mean, I think anyone who's creating content, whether it's just like drafts of scripts or just ideas or whatever, I think like you've got to be using it. Partner discovery and outreach. Be very curious to what degree people are using that for partner discovery and outreach. I mean, certainly on some of the enrichment stuff and research for sure.
Are
Performance
you
analysis.
guys seeing your like I mean, you guys have such a unique position too in this space because your business is affiliate programs and you have a lot of affiliates who also use your tool too. So, are you
Yeah.
seeing any like useful, interesting, unique ways that people are using AI in the process right now?
Um, I think the content creation is like the number one thing that we see people, like I've one thing that I've seen that's interesting is like you're saying, like educational videos. So like before it used to be listicles, you'd make a listicle. Now it's you make like a really good video that shows you how to do a workflow using like one or more AI tools. And I think as for affiliates, that's probably the playbook is to build a, a portfolio or brand around like I'm doing tutorial videos and then promoting, tools. And the interesting thing is, and this is what I was wondering about, like the AI content creation. I've seen some people that are making actually pretty high quality AI generated content, and it's not purely AI generated, but and I'll see if I'll track down this guy and share it with you. But this is one guy. He's got a pretty big YouTube channel, like on the order of a couple 100,000 subscribers, so not huge, but like big for that sort of niche. And I'm pretty sure that his videos now, the talking head portion of it, is like a HeyGen or Synthesia avatar of himself.
Interesting.
You look at the old videos, it is not. And he's
He got
strategically
rid of all the gray hairs in his beard, or what?
yeah, exactly. Well, I shaved. That's how I got rid of my gray hairs today. But but yeah, so like the talking head portion, I'm pretty sure it's AI generated, and he's just like ahead in the corner when there's a tutorial showing doing the thing, and then he's just cutting it so like when it's the full screen of the AI talking head, it's limited to like a couple seconds, and then it cuts to B-roll, and then it cuts to like the tutorial where he's just in the corner, and in the corner, what he's done, he's edited, I don't know how you can do this with the avatar, but the avatar is looking down like this, like it's looking down at the like.
Oh,
So
that's cool. I do like that. That's fun.
yeah, so I've seen a few things like that. I've seen some people on LinkedIn where I'm like, I'm pretty sure that it's like AI avatar cut in briefly with mostly B-roll that's kind of talking to a topic. So it's kind of like people are creating like faceless YouTube or LinkedIn accounts, but it is their face, but they don't have to sit there and record the video and so forth. So it becomes more of like an editing game. You still need to bring the creativity, and you can't totally
Yeah.
outsource it. But that's probably, as far as the affiliate side, that's the piece I've seen the most for sure.
I'll be really curious to see how that goes as like a long-term strategy because my mind, like, I always come back to what's real, and my mind like starts to break when I'm thinking about like, okay, this person who grows a couple 100,000 subscribers on their channel, they're a thought leader, an influencer in their space. They're gonna start get invited to like speak at conferences or do things in the real world, and then how do they handle that? Like, do they crumple? Are they prepared for it? Like, are they really there to
Yeah.
show up for the stuff that's real? Like, do you want to be hired as a consultant? Do you want to write a book? Do you want to make courses? Like, you can't kind of fake or AI smudge like everything. And so I think it's ultimately pretty limiting, but maybe in the short to midterm, it drives some sort of positive business results.
Yeah. All right. On that note, we have a few questions in here. I'm going to pop over to the Q&A. If anyone else has questions while we're going on, please do add them in here. But we've got our first question here. It's from Steve from New Orleans, and I'll just share this on the stream with everybody. I'm Steve from New Orleans. How do I find success in the age of AI LLMs when I couldn't even find success before? I just started affiliate marketing in February, and things have changed so fast.
This is a good one. I love Steve. Steve's a Right Blogger customer. I've chatted with him several times, and so I have some intimate knowledge of what he's doing. But Steve has a really cool guitar website called String Shock, and he is a guitarist himself. He's a musician, and so he's a really good example of someone who is trying to play affiliate marketing by the rules that worked 5 years ago. And Steve, I know this is not totally new news to you. This is something I've shared with you before, but he's trying to play by the rules of like listicles and guitar reviews and stuff. And I think these things still play a role today in affiliate marketing, but it's not the kind of strategy that's going to make you like effectively a full-time business. And so the holy grail, especially for like this particular niche, teaching guitar, like you could have service offerings, you could build your own products that are adjacent to the industry somehow. But then the really big thing is making videos. Like there's a massive online demand for people who want to learn guitar, and Steve's great at it. So teaching these types of things online in video format, like create the content your audience wants, not the stuff that's easy for you to make. Because your audience for something like guitar, learning guitar, they want to watch, they want to listen, they want to interact with you as the person who's teaching them. So figure out the medium in which your audience is seeking to learn or be entertained by, and then fill the demand the way that they want, not just what's easy for you.
Mm. I know nothing really about the music space, but what I have seen when it comes to content creation, I think the thing is to figure out, and Ryan's kind of speaking to this, is what is the like the format of the day. And before it was listicles, and now the format kind of changes. But what I have seen in the music space is like reaction videos to different songs, and one I've seen is like you'll have like a vocal coach who's got a channel who's reacting to like songs. So like the big one now is like K-pop Demon Hunters and this big song, and they're reacting to like these high notes that she's hitting, and she'll be talking about like what they're doing or whatever. And I have to imagine like the same thing would work for guitar, where you'd have someone reacting to different guitar solos, whatever, right? Like, and highlighting like this is what they're doing, and like, and I
Yeah.
think for like content, you've got like two types of content you want to make. One is stuff that's going to kind of break out, and then the other is like hyper focused for your particular niche. So in something educational like that, it would be like say learning guitar. On one side, you'd have like maybe it's a fairly, it would be boring to the uninitiated. Like it would be boring to me because I don't know guitar, but it'd be hyper technical. Like maybe it's like teaching you how to do whatever stuff from guitar, right? But then you have
Mhm.
another type, which is like these reaction videos that are more these breakout videos that are going to go beyond just that. Like, like I'll watch a reaction video to, some musical thing because it's like, it's just interesting just to see someone like losing their mind reacting to something. Right. Um,
Yeah.
so
It's
understanding
that
those
good mix
formats.
of entertainment and education. I think that's pretty much always the sweet spot if you wanna grow an audience with video online.
Yeah.
Entertain, educate.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Next question we got here is from Harry. And Harry is more on the affiliate program side. So I'm launching an AI SaaS business called Project Guard, a home improvement management app that's about 4 weeks from going live. My initial marketing focus is on affiliate partnerships. I have access to a strong network of home improvement influencers who could act as highly targeted affiliates. From your experience, have you seen any other strategies that work particularly well alongside affiliate campaigns, and then in particular in homeowner and construction space?
Wow, that's such an interesting niche. I'm hesitant, Harry, to give you like really particular advice for this because I don't know the space very well. But I think like your product Project Guard, a home improvement management app. All right. So yeah, I think there knowing who your audience is super important. Like who's using your app? Is it an individual homeowner who wants to improve their home and they're like ideating and figuring out like how to actualize their goals, like who's I guess using the app, like
Mm,
is it more advantageous for you to get millions of homeowners using your app or tens of thousands of general contractors or something like
yeah.
that, right? And apologies if I'm kind of missing the question here, but Emmett, I'm curious what you think about this one.
I think you're under like, yeah, you're onto the right track of like basically your your ICP, so your ideal customer profile, will directly inform your ideal affiliate profile. And so you need to be really clear on your positioning and your messaging in terms of who you're going after. Is, like you said, is it more of a B2C play like homeowners, or is it B2B like these are GCs or other professionals within sort of the space of home improvement? And your approach is going to be a little bit different depending on who you're kind of going after. And like the big thing I find when I get in a lot of coaching calls with people on an affiliate program is I end up actually talking about like their positioning just generally for their business, because they're not super clear on it, because like they can't identify a very clear ideal affiliate profile because they get their ideal customer profile. Now, if, as you've said, Harry, like you do have access to this strong network of home improvement influencers, that's great. Like that's the first starting point. Like most people really struggle in setting up a program because they don't have access
Mhm.
to that. They're building a business in the space that they actually had previously no connection to. That's often kind of the first mistake. But that's a good starting point, like for sure. But yeah, figure out like who
My
your
hunch
ICP is
is
going to
that
be.
it must be B2C, like a consumer facing app is what my guess is, based on just kind of how the question reads. I reread it here. And so, yeah, I think it would be cool to just run experiments. Like think of everything you're doing as an experiment right now and see what it would be like to get a video or an ad or something, some sort of like promotion in front of the what you think your target audience is for this. And the homeowner, home improvement influencer seems like a really good way to try that out. And then I think you'll learn pretty quickly, like, is it more valuable to focus on like the B2B side of things, or is this like totally like I want more and more consumers using the app?
Yeah. All right. Next one here. Don't have a name, just have R. Not sure if this really fits with the topic, but I just launched a new SaaS using Rewardful for my affiliate program. What are some good platforms for partner discovery and outreach alone without having to use that platform for management? I think there might, I think if you Google around, you might find there's some directories and things like that where, you can list your programs and people can discover you. I think like all the tools that I've seen that do this, they're very like e-commerce retail kind of oriented affiliates, and tend to be expensive. Like most of the tools I've seen, they're actually more expensive than Rewardful. Like they'd be a few $100 a month kind of thing, whereas Rewardful starts at $49 a month. Rewardful is working on a network that we're hoping to launch in Q1, Q2 of 2026. So that will bring kind of a broader audience to people that through Rewardful you'll be able to get access to a network. So hopefully that kind of helps you out. But even there, like that will bring value for sure. But I think as Brian and I discussed earlier in the call, the best affiliates are going to be the ones that you handpicked and built a relationship with.
I think I'll
Brian,
add
what are your thoughts?
unpopular answer onto this too. If you don't already know who your top affiliates could or should be in this industry and you're starting something new in the industry, then that is, let's say, a yellow flag at the very least. Like you should be able to personally
Yeah.
identify all of at least the top people that you would dream to be in your affiliate program when you launch it.
Yeah.
Not always going to be realistic to capture the attention of someone who's got a massive audience. So I think, going back to what we talked about earlier, like try the micro influencer play. Like, what would it be like to reach out to 50 people that, reach 10,000 or 50,000 people a month with their combined audience and see how those kinds of experiments go. But personally, this is I think a cool way to use AI. Like you could give a really detailed description of what your business is to something like ChatGPT, and then just ask Chat, like, hey, who are 50, influencers or 50, whatever, fill in the blank people that I should reach out to who might be good fits to promote my product, and see what it does. It's probably not going to be perfect, but you might get some hits in there.
Question for you directly, Ryan. Which verticals are using your AI tool platforms the most?
Ooh, I think this is for our tool studio inside Right Blogger, the create your own embeddable tool thing. We see that personally, like most of the people who are using our tool studio embeds do something related to marketing. They have like
Hmm.
marketing related SaaS companies. They have marketing related blogs. They teach marketing. They're like some sort of digital marketing influencer, or they sell courses. They have membership communities where they teach their audience how to do marketing as a function of growing their online business. So I think that's honestly like sort of just an extension of who my audience is. A lot of marketers, content people, SEO pros, those who've been blogging, building online businesses for a while. So we see that with our tools, that's primarily who it is. And then we like randomly, we do actually have quite a few people who are like food bloggers. We've got a few people who do like book related content where they post like a lot of TikToks where they do book reviews, and they use our tools in the mix for like book recommendation engines. That's kind of a fun one. But the food bloggers do a lot of like recipe generation stuff.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So there's a lot of cool, like unique things going on.
Cool. We'll try to get one more question done here. We're just about at time. Let's see here. This one's from Sharon. If you're starting a brand new program, no current affiliate pool, and could do only one thing, what would your activity priority and channel? I guess what would your priority activity and channel be, or is this for searching for affiliates?
Yeah, to find affiliates, I mean, personally, what I do, what I would do is I would go to YouTube, because its search is really, really good. So my mind goes to
Mm,
who are the people making the best videos in my space, and I want those people to be affiliate partners of my product. And so I personally like using YouTube as search for like quality videos. You could do the same thing on TikTok. It's just a little bit messier to try and find, I think, good content creators there. But go to YouTube, go to Instagram, go to TikTok, spend some time searching for topics related to your business and see, oh, who's this person who's made 10 videos about this topic this year? That's probably someone I should reach out to.
cool. Thanks, Ryan. Well, we're at time. I guess I just want to say thanks to everybody for coming in and chatting with us. We really enjoy you or appreciate you taking the time to come and chat with us. Um, I think one of the key takeaways maybe for the session today in terms of the shifts and changes within affiliate is I think the big thing is just you can't rely on SEO to be the juggernaut that it once was in terms of driving affiliate value. And I think you really need to focus on sort of cult of personality. Can you build an audience around personality, connection, authenticity with your audience? And then that's the same thing for an affiliate program. You're drafting off of other people's audience and authenticity. And yeah, I think that's kind of a big change. What do you think?
If you can be the most real person in a world that's getting increasingly less real, you will stand out from the crowd. And I think that that's a really big takeaway, whether you're an affiliate yourself, whether you're starting a company and you want to create content yourself, or whether you're looking for people who are creating that real content, stick with what's real. I really believe that that's going to work for the mid to long term, especially.
Cool. Ryan, if people want to connect with you, follow you, subscribe to you, where should they go and check you out?
Yeah, I'm super easy to find online. I'm at ryrob.com, ryrob.com, and then Right Blogger, RIGHT Blogger. Those are my two home bases online.
Awesome. And yeah, if anybody wants to follow Rewardful, if I can get this CTA to, I don't know how to get this to come onto our site. We've got a course. It's at academy.rewardful. There we go. Audrey's got that for us. Academy.rewardful.com. It's free. It's targeting SaaS businesses or just businesses in general that are looking to set up an affiliate program. Go check it out if you want to see more of my face. If not, I don't blame you. But if you do, you can go sign up for the course. And yeah, there's no cost to that. Again, thanks everybody for coming and joining us. Ryan, thanks so much for coming and sharing your knowledge with everybody. And thanks. Have a good day, everybody.
Thank you all. See ya.